Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Happy birthday week to Mr. Steve Howe. Happy Sunday, everybody. Quick show this week because I've got hockey tournaments going on. So, anyhow, happy birthday week to Steve Howe, one of my favorite guitar players. But I did promise you last week that I was going to do a guitar review of the Grammy Awards. So here's the thing. I don't watch the Grammy Awards much. Never have. Through the history of my music-loving career, I have never really watched it much because they turn their back a lot on hard rock, heavy metal. Rock in general does not get a great, it doesn't get a great ovation. This is a great ovation. but just thought I'd do a quick, as guitar music will always be around. I'm sorry. I mean, people were thinking when Gibson was going, bankrupt and stuff like that, that's it, the end of guitar music. No, there's a lot of great guitar music out there, and it's the easiest instrument to carry around and jump and do a gig. So my best gigs are acoustic gigs, just bring a guitar and a mic and go. But anyhow, yeah, so the Grammy Awards, put all the hard rock acts to the other ceremony, in the case of Foo Fighters, who are going through a lot right now, maybe they could have done that in the main ceremony, just because it was so close to Taylor's death and that kind of thing. But they didn't. They didn't really do well on Eddie Van Halen's tribute last year, as I talked about that last year when I reviewed the Grammy Awards. But let's just talk about the guitars that were on the show, okay? So if you watched the show, you probably saw some nice guitars. If you didn't watch the show, here's the representation. Here's my take on guitars today and the Grammy Awards. The big two are always there. Always, through any show that I've ever watched on TV. The big two are Gibson and Fender. Bruno Mars comes out with Silk Sonic. Great band, by the way. Don't turn your back on a lot of pop stuff that's coming out right now. This Silk Sonic is retro and it's pretty cool stuff. Bruno Mars comes on and he's playing a beautiful relict custom shop Strat, and he may win. He may win until you hear what the last guitar was. So Bruno Mars Strat, 1 for Fender, 1-0. The next one of note, a great artist named Brandi Carlile. I always joke that I thought it was the ex-coach from the Leafs, but that's a bad joke. Brandi Carlile, Les Paul starts off with piano. Lots of great instrumentalists, starting off with piano, and then fish off with the Sunburst Les Paul. Okay, 1-1 Gibson Fender. Olivia Rodrigo, who's an incredible artist, another one you shouldn't pass by on. Her guitar player had a Gretsch, honorable mention. We'll call all other guitars honorable mentions today. Okay, and then we have Chris Stapleton, who came out, who keeping the faith. They seem to have no problem with country on the Grammy Awards. It's just the hard rock stuff that they don't like. They don't like the volume, I guess. Chris comes out with a beautiful 335. Looked a lot like a Larry Carlton model, but same thing. Every time we see a Sunburst 335, we think Larry Carlton, anyways. Hopefully, you guitar guys know who that is. Chris Stapleton and Larry Carlton. And then Phineas, another great artist. Billie Eilish, another amazing artist. Phineas comes up rocking a Telecaster. So, what's the score now? What was that, 1-1? And we gave the Gretsch the honorable mention. Now, Phineas, that's Fender 2, Gibson 1. Okay. Fender 2, Gibson. Oh, no, sorry, that's 2-2 with Stapleton. Carlisle, Stapleton, Bruno Mars, and Phineas. 2-2. 2-2. Tie game here. And then here comes the tiebreaker. The last cool performance of the night. We'll call it cool. Another great artist named Her comes out. Multi-instrumentalist, starts out on piano, singing, rocks the drums for a bit, and then and then pulls on a Strat. So it's 3-2 Fender with her Strat that comes out. But then guess what happens? Lenny Kravitz jumps out, and in the best rock star garb I've ever seen in my life, you know, this guy's amazing. Lenny Kravitz still got it and everything else. Walks out with a reissue 58 Les Paul. I'm sorry, 58 Flying V. And they play "Are You Gonna Go My Way?" and that's 3-3. 3-3 score, Gibson Fender. So, and like everything in the world, it usually evens out for those two companies, doesn't it? Isn't it weird how that works that way? You know, some of the guitar players, the best guitar players in the world, either play Gibson or they play Fender. Some of them play both. In the case of Eric Clapton, we talked about last week, you know, plays Les Paul 335 in cream, SG in cream, other Gibsons in cream also, and then completely switches over to the Strat for the rest of his career after after he saw Robbie Robertson. That's not true. But I think it's a 3-3 tie for the Grammy Awards for Gibson and Fender, and I think if you put Bruno Mars's Custom Shop Relict Strat up against the Lenny Kravitz's super cool Flying V 58 reissue, looked like it might have been real, but it looked way too new to be real. I think it's still a tie. It's still a tie. No one comes up ahead. They both evenly rock for me. Anyways, that was my Grammy Award guitar review, because only I think of these things, and I'm sure there's somebody else out there who thinks of these things, but I'm just doing this for you because, you know, if you're watching this show, you must love guitars. Anyways, I'm off. It's a very quick video this week. It's actually pre-recorded. Today is actually, I'm doing this on Saturday because we're heading out to hockey tournaments, and I probably don't have time tomorrow, but I will be posting it tomorrow when you see this. So here's my ovation, my standing ovation, my 88 ovation. If anyone cares, if you've ever watched me on videos, you've seen this guitar. It's been with me since 1988, and it says 88 right there. Collector's choice. Have a great week, guys. Happy Sunday. Good luck, Jacob, today in this hockey tournament. We have gigs coming up, and we'll see you later. See ya.